The big focus that we have for you this morning is the latest coming in from the state of Tamil Nadu. Viewers, while Chennai residents had their eyes on the skies for the spectacular Indian Air Force Air Show after a gap of about 20 years, there was a tragedy unfolding on the ground. What was to be a stunning event has turned into a tragedy, with 5 spectators losing their lives and 100 others being hospitalized. The reason? Well, poor planning, bad execution, and a shameful lack of basic facilities. Look at the visuals that we are now bringing to you, which you can see on your screens. On one side are the Mantris, who were sitting in a place which had enough shade, so they were protected. And they were seen sipping water, having a good time, looking at the air show just like many others, oblivious to the suffering on the ground. Now, away from this VIP seating were lakhs of people in the scorching heat, jostling for a little space with no facilities inside. The basic ones we are talking about. This event took place between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, that's the time when sun is at the peak. Just imagine, this is what these people had to endure, they had to go through. And as it ended, lakhs of attendees tried to exit simultaneously. Now, this led to complete chaos on the ground. After this, political blame game has started over who is to be blamed for the people who have lost their lives. They never thought that they are going to watch an air show and they will never come back home alive. Opposition parties are holding the DMK government solely responsible for the mismanagement. Opposition is demanding answers and accountability from the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin. Listen in.
While M.K. Stalin and his family are happy to watch the show in an air-cooled, air-conditioned makeshift tent, the common man have to walk for 5 to 10 kilometers to watch this air show, to express his solidarity and patriotism. Not only that, there were no public address system that could guide the people who had come for the event, where to go, what to fetch where. There were no booths distributing water. There were no medical assistance available immediately. There is no traffic management. People who want to get out of the event were not able to do so. It's a complete mismanagement and completely lack of planned event ever in the history. If Mas Subramaniam has any one element of empathy and self-consciousness, he should resign as the health minister.
Is this the DMK government's Dravida model of utter negligence and incompetence? Yesterday's tragic events at the Chennai Air Force show very clearly showed that the state government led by the DMK was clearly incapable and unprepared to deal with this event. The DMK government, rather than trying to shift the blame and the responsibility, should accept responsibility for the loss of lives and the tragedy which occurred yesterday.
Now, viewers, it's not just the opposition calling out the DMK government. Its own allies have also demanded answers and accountability. DMK's ally VCK questioned why the government did not anticipate, the number of people who came, the crowd, and calling out the lack of facilities and arrangements at the venue, saying that sufficient facilities were not provided and loss of life was in fact due to insufficient attention. But look at the shocking defense of the DMK.
See, this is conducted by the Indian Air Force, and the crowd which the marina can hold. We cannot place chairs everywhere with this kind of a crowd. Even you can see in temple functions, sometimes such things occur because of the anxiety of the people. But whatever the DMK do, they want to accuse. Immediately there were more than 100 people were taken to the hospitals.
So you heard, viewers, the defense of the DMK. Enthusiastic families had gathered at the Marina Beach before 11 a.m. because they wanted to see this spectacular air show on the occasion of 92nd IAF Day celebration. But eventually, what happened after the show? There was complete chaos. 5 people lost their lives. 5 innocent lives, in fact, have been lost as well. And now what we are seeing is a political blame game. In fact, we have a reaction now coming in from Tamil Nadu's Health Minister as well. Listen into this bizarre defense by the Health Minister of Tamil Nadu. In fact, the reaction is that it is not possible to deploy 15 lakh cops for 15 lakh people. Listen in.
இல்ல ஏங்க 7500 காவல்துறை இருந்தாங்க. 15 லட்சம் பேருக்கு 15 லட்சம் காவல்துறை அங்க போட முடியும்.
Subramaniam says that almost 7,500 police officers were there. He's questioning whether 15 lakh police officers could be deployed for 15 lakh people, even if that is a possibility. He's saying that it was not just police officers, there was home guards and other officials who were present there as well.
உங்க ரேட்டிங் இதுல கூட்டிக்கணும். இல்ல எனக்கு தெரியும் நீங்க என்ன டிவில இருந்து மறுக்கறீங்கன்னு. இந்த ரேட்டிங் இன்கிரீஸ் பண்ற இல்லங்க ஏங்க இப்போ நீங்க நான் இத திரும்பி அரசு.
He's speaking about how this is just a question of debate that is arising right now, but it's just that adequate police officers were there. Despite police officers being there, this has occurred, unfortunately.
All right, so there you heard the reaction coming in from Tamil Nadu's Health Minister. DMK clearly trying to give defense, trying to justify that there was enough presence of police officials, traffic people to manage the crowd, but unfortunately that could not happen because it is not possible. That's the defense coming in. Let me go across to my colleague Varshini joining us on the broadcast more on this. Varshini, we know that there is political blame game that is going on, but the question is that, if lakhs of people are coming to attend a particular show and we have government officials, the ministers from the government on the stage, whose responsibility really is to also ensure that, people who are coming to also attend this show are safe?
Well, if you see the whole point of this debate, of this question is taking accountability for the entire incident that has taken place, because the Tamil Nadu government has still not accepted that there has been some failure, be it the intelligent reports of the number of people who are going to attend, or be it the police officers who failed to ensure the safety of the people, or the health department for not providing immediate health, emergency ambulances and other stuff. And on the other hand, the main problem that everybody is stating about lack of water facilities that was put out there. So there's a lot of questions here, there are a lot of things that went wrong yesterday, and that is why there is so much anger that we can sense around not just politicians but also from the public. On the other hand, what we are seeing here is that the denial of the failure of all these things from the Tamil Nadu government. They still say that adequate measures were taken.